You're watching ABC7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. Business owners along Bee Ridge Road are starting to get a little relief and back a little more business now that the roadway improvements there are complete.
But there is yet another project on Bee Ridge Road that motorists and pedestrians need to be aware of. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo joins us now live from Bee Ridge Road with the very latest. Dwayne.
Well, Jacqueline and Scott, we were able to speak with a number of these business owners up and down Bee Ridge Road who say the amount of people who are walking into their shops now is a lot more than last year.
It was only a year ago, owner of Eternal Art Tattoo, Karen Marcus, dealt with the lack of business. She says it was all due to heavy construction.
It was a complete nightmare. A lot of times people didn't even know where to find us because we had such a tiny little sign right out in the middle of the road.
The Florida Department of Transportation's $17 million roadway improvement project that caused headaches for business owners has been complete since November of last year. A stretch of Bee Ridge Road that once looked like this now looks like this. For Marcus, she's just breathing a sigh of relief.
I'm so much happier that everything is back to normal. I cannot complain.
Owner of Total Tennis of Siesta Key, Jeff Lewis, feels the same way. He says it was the perception that traffic was bad along Bee Ridge Road that caused people to avoid the area. But now there's a difference.
I would say there's been a significant improvement. Definitely getting more people in the store, drive-by customers, people can see the signage.
Also saying there may be a possibility that some motorists have found alternative routes during the nearly 2 years of construction, avoiding Bee Ridge altogether.
I would say there's definitely less traffic on Bee Ridge now, or maybe it's just flowing better because the way they've recycled things.
And starting this March, Bee Ridge Road will see even more construction. The stretch of roadway from Bond Place to Cattleman Road will see everything from roadway resurfacing to drainage improvements, a project Lewis is hoping does not affect other businesses in the process.
Unless they're going to move it to nighttime, there's really not a lot we can do as a business owner. You have to just deal with it.
Now, the project will cost roughly $3.4 million, and the estimated time of completion, fall of this year. Reporting live in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. An update now on the Diverging Diamond construction project at I-75 and University Parkway. The project consists of constructing a diverging diamond interchange, adding auxiliary lanes north and southbound I-75, and new bridges on I-75 over University Parkway. Much of that is already done, but there will be temporary single-lane closures on north and southbound ramps at I-75 at University Wednesday, February 21st between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. That's when crews will be placing the final layer of asphalt on that ramp. The project is expected to be completed early this year.
Downtown Venice construction work has hit a roadblock. The project to replace much of downtown Venice roads and sidewalks was originally budgeted at $6 million. However, recent bids from local construction companies came in at over $10 million. That leaves the city trying to decide what to do next.
Well, they're a little higher than we'd like to see them. I think it's feasible, but we're going to have to look at what the needs are versus the wants.
Venice City Council will be presented with options at their next council meeting. They'll have to decide whether to cut things from the project or increase funding.
Time now to get another check on our weather. Another hot day here on the Suncoast. I guess not too many people are complaining, though, if you're visiting. Nice warm weather. Bob?
You got it right. 87 degrees today. That set a record high. 86 was the old mark set in 1990. So yes, indeed, temperatures are well above average, and it looks like we're going to continue to see near record highs over the upcoming days too. Low this morning was 10 degrees above average. The reason being is this area of high pressure, which continues to just stay pretty much firmly across much of the Gulf of Mexico and throughout the western Atlantic right now. Everything's kind of riding around the periphery of that high, bringing a lot of moisture and contrast into the central U.S., so severe weather a real possibility over the upcoming days as a front tries to work across the southern states. That southeasterly wind flow has also brought a few spotty showers into mainly South Florida and into our interior counties. Not a lot of rainfall anticipated, just a few brief showers are possible. That west wind, though, at the airport as a result of the sea breeze, which has kicked in. It's 8 miles an hour. The pressure way up there. 30-22, while the evening planner, warm. Temperature of 71 degrees. Our normal high at 74 will be pretty close to that at 11 o'clock tonight. And temperatures are expected to be into the upper 60s, which is just below what our summer readings are. So we'll be pretty much into April and May as far as that goes. 77 in Jacksonville, 79 now into Orlando, 78 degrees now in Miami. You can see all the dry air in place here, and that's a result of that compressional heating, the sinking of the air as a result of the high pressure around, and then that moisture being fed up on into the central U.S., causing all sorts of headaches there throughout the Ohio Valley. Well, more on our weather forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. A fire district in Manatee County is taking heat for the amount of money spent on legal fees last year and an even higher amount on the budget this year. Joining us with more details is ABC7's Alan Cohn. Alan?
Jacqueline, Cedar Hammock Fire Chief spent over $55,000 on attorney fees last year, and they believe that they could spend up to $70,000 next year, most of last year's spending on Labor Council, as many of the district's firefighters decided not to join the union. But after the contract was negotiated, thousands more were spent on employee grievances, including a wrongful termination suit from a former employee. Some residents say it's a sign of unrest in the district. Now Cedar Hammock's chief is firing back.
When you have a new chief, there's a new sheriff in town, so we're not necessarily the same department we were. I've had to deal with a lot of compliance issues that were recognized that carried over from previous.
We're a little concerned with some of the disciplinary practices that are, in our view, somewhat arcane and maybe even dictatorial.
Coming up on ABC7 at 7, the district's former chief and current union president explain why they think these costs have to do with a negative work environment. Back to you.
All right, Alan, thank you. With spring training games starting this week, the morning marked the first full squad workout for the Baltimore Orioles. This is the 9th year that the Orioles have trained in Sarasota. Visit Sarasota says the 6-week season generates about $45 million for Sarasota County and has an $89 million year-round impact, from full and part-time jobs to hotel rooms and meals and restaurants. Thousands of fans come to this area each spring to follow their favorite team.
This is my first time out here at the Ed Smith Field, and I am really excited to, see what they do down here, maybe meet a few players and get my husband some autographs.
My favorite player is Manny Machado.
How come?
Well, because he's a star third baseman, and he bats second in the lineup, and he's got 300 batting average every year almost.
The Orioles' first game is Friday, hosting the Tampa Bay Rays. The Pirates' first home game is this Saturday, when they'll host the New York Yankees. Both of those games will start at 1:05 p.m.
Boy, was it a hot day for them to start their first full workouts, I suppose.
Yeah, fortunately, they work out in the morning, and they try to get done around lunch to avoid the heat. But, yeah. If you're going to go out and watch them, though, bring your sunscreen.
Right, exactly. Maybe even a hat, just because, it's looking forward to some of those games, though.
Yeah. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight.
Some tips on staying fit for those who hate the gym. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Sarasota Opera's 2018 Winter Opera Festival is here, featuring Puccini's Manon Lescaut, Bizet's Carmen, Bellini's Norma, and D'Albert's rarely heard Tieflant. For more information, go to sarasotaopera.org.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
I actually started playing the game at 11 years old, so I started a little bit later than most players, but I was actually raised on Fighting Joe. The value here at Robert Trent Jones is unsurpassable. I mean, I have looked to other places, I've traveled all the way across the country. Everything is perfect as far as everything is the golf course, the rolling of the greens. Everything that I've encountered has just been absolutely incredible. And for the money that you spend, for the value that you actually get, it is unsurpassable. I'd recommend it for anybody.
My name is Stefan Campagna, we're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured or arrested, I know this feels like the end of the road, but really it's the beginning of a long, potentially stressful process. So give us a call, let us give you some peace of mind.
Head over to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota, where you'll always get better prices and a bigger selection, like the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wrangler JLs in stock now. Or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee, for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $18,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
If you're looking for a rewarding job you'll love, good news. The perfect job is just a click away. Go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day. It's that easy. Stop searching and go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day to find the perfect job for you.
Everyone knows that exercise leads to a healthier life, but what if you hate the gym? If this sounds like you, there are still plenty of ways to stay fit. Kim Hutcherson has more.
The benefits of physical activity are well known, but you don't have to be in the gym every day to reap the rewards of exercise. Here are some tips from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Get social. Instead of going out to eat with friends, pick a group activity instead. Go for a hike, take a walk, or play an exercise-based video game. Find ways to move at work. If you can't use a standing desk, you could stand during phone calls or choose a printer farther away from your desk. Do something new. A new skill or unusual activity can kickstart your motivation. Try a dance class or sign up for a sports league. Dive in. If you don't like to sweat in the heat, head for the water. Take a swim at a community pool or sign up for a water aerobics class. Stay on track. Keep track of your activity and the food you eat with wearable technology, or take advantage of tracking sites online. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, it's tough all over the Ohio Valley and also stretching off into the central United States. A result of this large dome of high pressure. We've been talking about it for over a week and a half now, and it continues to stay firmly put over Florida, and it looks like it continues through Georgia, Tennessee. And what happens is that all the wind around this high pressure ridge works its way around the southeast and then into the Gulf of Mexico and then right into where all that moisture is falling, and rainfall, heavy rainfall throughout the Ohio Valley. There's flooding all throughout this region now into northern Ohio, Michigan, all the way into parts of northern Indiana tonight. And then look at all these warnings. These are winter weather advisories. You see the area in purple there in Iowa, Minnesota included in that, as well as into Wisconsin. These are winter storm warnings covering parts of the Dakotas as well as Nebraska and into Wyoming. Now for us, we are not looking into that, but the Ohio Valley, the area in green that you see here, that is all sorts of trouble there. There's that winter weather advisory, winter storm warning again, and then the flood warning and flood advisory now in effect for all of northern Indiana. The red or the darker green obviously is where the flood watch is, where the brighter green is where the flooding is occurring right now. And that is a flood warning. For us, a few showers are around. They're moving from the southeast around that area of high pressure right on into us, but not much going on. It pretty much weakens as it gets to us. Has enough moisture picked up from the Atlantic, but doesn't have enough to carry all the way over here across a widespread area. A few showers off the coast of Inglewood, also one or two near Arcadia and just to the northeast of Wauchula. That continues to head off to the west. So beautiful weather for tonight, and looks like for the rest of this week and into the weekend. Pretty calm out there in the waters, too. Winds actually calming down a bit in the evening hours, so we'll see those winds subside down to 5 knots in the afternoon. Well, again, the big picture showing that heavy rainfall staying to our north. 81 degrees right now, 64 in the dew point, and that west wind at 8. And we showed you this earlier, 87 degrees, that record high today set at the Sarasota Braden Airport, and our normal high 74, and the old mark was 1990 when it got up to 86 degrees. Well, the futurecast, you'll see these clouds continuing to move in from the southeast to the northwest. And with that in mind, that means it blocks everything from coming into our weather picture until we get a significant low pressure area to develop along the jet stream as it shifts off to the east. We will not see much change in our weather over the upcoming week and a half. And looking at the long-range models, we will start to see some cooler temperatures move in, but that won't happen until it looks like late next week. Not this week, late next week. Well, the European forecast model continues to show, unfortunately, heavy rainfall through that area that continues to see the flooding. And then another storm series of disturbances moving around that high-pressure ridge will continue to move in over the same area. So this will become the big weather story, is the flooding problems that they will see into Ohio and looks like even into Kentucky as well as Indiana and Illinois. Beach and boating, winds out of the east, subsiding in the afternoon to 5 knots. There'll be a light chop on the bays and in the waters. Beaches will see a high right around 80 degrees, but mid to upper 80s not out of the question for the inland areas in Lakewood Ranch, Palmetto, as well as into, it looks like, even into Wauchula and Arcadia. Mid 80s all the way through Thursday, and then just a little bit cooler, but not much, into the low 80s from Friday through Monday of next week. We've got a 20% chance for a passing shower as another weak frontal system gets close to us late Saturday and into Saturday night. And there'll always be that slight chance for a few inland showers like we're seeing today as a result of temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Just pretty warm out there. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home in Bradenton. Traffic looks like it is moving pretty well. We are seeing a little backup in downtown Bradenton on US 301 right before you hit the DeSoto Bridge. Scott?
Thanks, Jacqueline. Right now, 30,000 adults are at a toy fair playing with the hottest toys and games every kid will want in a few months. Trends this year involve nostalgic throwbacks, toilet humor, and even toys that teach coding. Natasha Chen is in New York to give us the first look at toys that are not even on store shelves yet.
Well, there are some major toy makers here at this conference, but this hall right here is all about the startups that have items you've never seen before. That includes toys that teach neuroscience, like this human-to-human interface where my arm movements are controlling his.
Every birthday party and next Christmas is happening right now.
Kids don't even know they want this yet.
Okay, he loves me.
But take a good look at those googly eyes. This Pomsy is likely to be on your child's wish list when it hits shelves in the fall.
I can wrap it around my wrist.
The more you touch and play with it, the more the Pomsy reacts.
As technology evolves and it gets cheaper for toy makers to integrate into product, it keeps the price point down.
Down to $15. Both pet play and games
Let's go.
Are classic trends taking new twists this year. Money made from games has increased again thanks to silly moments you can share on social media.
The shareable moments really have kind of fueled the game category, so it has been up double digits 2 years ago, up last year.
Also on trend for 2018, toilet humor. Molding poo dough, picking up snot, and blasting toilet paper. Good luck cleaning that up. Less messy and more educational are the teaching toys.
He's your weird new friend.
My Loopy is an interactive robot that can be paired with an app.
Have him say different things, and it'll have basic coding concepts built in so they can kind of drag and drop and learn the early basics of coding.
So who decides what goes on the store shelves? The 7,500 buyers walking these halls
To discover these toys, strike some deals, maybe ask for a color change.
hoping what they pick will be the winners your kids will be begging for. Now he's plugged in something else, so not only am I controlling his arm movements, I'm also controlling a robotic claw. These are just some of the crazy new ideas that thousands of buyers from around the world are taking a look at to see if they should come to stores near you. In New York, I'm Natasha Chen reporting.
So interesting to see all of those coding games and toys that kids are interested in now. I know back in my day that was probably not something that I would have been interested in, but kids these days are.
If I had a ball, I was happy.
Right.
As a kid, yeah. Entertainment news is next.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now, 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Thousands of award-winning Honda SUVs are on sale from $189 a month during the Honda President's Day sales event. You've got to see these SUVs. Get a surprisingly spacious 2018 HR-V, $189 a month, or step up to Pilot for $289 a month with available seating for 8. Plus, we have Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, the 2018 CR-V, and Ridgeline, a Car and Driver's 10 Best. All on sale for up to $3,805, less than the competition, at your local Honda dealer.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Army National Guard soldiers serve to give back to their country and their community. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for benefits such as health and life insurance, education benefits, and retirement and VA home loan benefits. Visit nationalguard.com to learn more.
Well, it was an incredible opening weekend for the movie Black Panther.
Certainly was. For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Christopher Watson.
The Black Panther lives.
Yeah, it does. Marvel's Black Panther raking in the money and racking up the records. An estimated $218 million. The biggest ever February and President's Day weekend debut, and the 5th biggest U.S. movie opening of all time. Marvel Studios is owned by Disney, parent company of ABC News.
You're so ahead of your time.
No question where Beauty and the Beast star Emma Watson stands on the Time's Up movement. She's donated £1 million, that's about $1.4 million, to the UK's Justice and Equality Fund to help end sexual harassment. The Daily Telegraph newspaper reports Watson's rep confirmed the donation.
I don't think those billboards is very fair.
3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri won Outstanding British Film at the British Academy of Film and Television Awards Sunday. The movie's writer, producer, and director, Martin McDonagh, is British. And happy birthday to Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown. She's 14 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
Before tip-off of the NBA All-Star Game Sunday night, Fergie delivered a one-of-a-kind rendition of the national anthem. Players in the crowd couldn't believe their eyes or their ears as the Black Eyed Peas singer sang the Star-Spangled Banner in a bluesy, more jazzy tune. Take a listen. Some say the rendition resembled Marilyn Monroe's Happy Birthday, Mr. President performance. Some laughed at her rendition, others appeared less than impressed, and then there were those who just looked on in amazement. Whether watching it in person or on TV, it didn't take long for Twitter to erupt with opinions on her performance. She said today that she didn't hit the right tone.
Well, normally videos of a workout would not be a very big deal, but when your star is 93 years old and all smiles, it's quite the viral success. It's this video of 93-year-old Helene Miller getting in a workout in Pierre, South Dakota, and the internet is just loving it. Miller cannot contain her laughter as she goes through the motions with her instructor. Zanine's daughter, the instructor's daughter, posted the video on Twitter, and it's been liked over 420,000 times. At least she's getting in her exercise, right?
And having fun. That's the point, isn't it? If you can make it fun, that's a win.
There you go, right? Well, stay with us. We'll be right back with more news and weather.